Everyone, and welcome to the F-15C, also known as the Eagle. Today we're going to be going up, providing CAP, or Combat Air Patrol, and we're going to go see if we can uphold the undefeated record that the Eagle holds in combat. So, we're going to get up there, we'll maybe see something interesting. I think our first RWAX is telling us 355 for 114 miles, so that's going to be our first target. We're loaded very heavy today with a straight up standoff like loadout with 8 AMRAAMs and 3 bags of fuel. The bags of fuel will be jettisoned if need be, but I'm going to try to keep them as long as I can, just so I can have a lot of loiter time and hang around the area of operations a bit. Yeah, so here we are. We're going to turn onto the runway here. We're going to get up in the air and we're going to go do some stuff. I'm not the most experienced Eagle pilot, so forgive me, but we're going to go do this together and we're going to learn something. Sharpen our skills a little bit. 150 knots, rotate. And we're up. Gear up.
Field 2-1, focus, 1-1, bra, 153,
15 degrees of pitch.
At 13,000
He's telling me 355 for 110. So we're going to get a little bit of altitude, a little bit of speed before we start turning. So right now I'm just pulling some altitude, still gaining speed. I'm going to set my radar up here on the left here, go ahead and range it out. It's about 80 miles or so. Set the radar scan elevation as such. You can see the dots moving on the left there. It's showing me how high and low I'm scanning. And I'm going to switch this thing to TWS mode as such. So that way the bandit will not get a warning that we have shot a missile at them. They'll only know that the missile's coming when it turns on its own radar, or the term known as pitbull. So I got plenty of fuel to mess around with. I'm not worried about it. So we're going to stay in high power for a little bit to just cover ground very fast. That's my whole, that's my goal right now. Very beautiful night so far. Got to see all the stars. I mean, cannot get over how pretty the game is and how much detail there is in the skies. They've done a really amazing job with that. So, knowing your bandit, Su-33s, they are a flanker type of aircraft, Russian made, really good in the one circle. The Su-33s, if I'm not mistaken, do have forward canards on them, which makes them do okay in the rate. The actual difference between a Su-33, Su-27 to an Eagle is actually not that much. So it comes more down to pilot skill than anything else, in all honesty. There's no real just outstanding performance difference between the two in terms of turn performance. What he has that I do not have is super maneuverability, but super maneuverability makes you do all kinds of crazy acrobatics in the air, but doesn't give you any compensating altitude or anything. It just kind of leaves you slow. So if this guy decides he's going to use super maneuverability today, then he's probably going to die if that's the case. So we're going to continue closing on our mans here, straight off our nose now, and we're now at Angels 35, and we're going to just start pressing for the most speed possible at this point in time. We want to at least get above the Mach 1 so that our missiles do not have to fight the sound barrier on their way through, because they do have that finite motor source, right? They only burn for like 4 seconds or something like that. And if you can get them above Mach 1 before you even send them off the rails, that's just one less thing the missile has to combat to do its job. So it extends your range for getting kills, and it's just overall a good thing. Plus, it's nice being fast. The Eagle is a very fast jet. It's one of the fastest in the U.S. inventory, and there's a reason it's been in service and remains in service for as long as it has, and is continuing and is honestly getting a rebirth, if you think of it, in the Eagle 2 or the F15 EX. So it's getting an entirely new life built on the same platform. So that just goes to show you how dominant this airframe actually is. We're lacking a couple things, as you might notice, compared to the F-16. We do not have a link system in this jet, and we do not have a helmet-mounted display. So situational awareness will be a little bit of a challenge. Hopefully I can kill both of these guys before I lose them, because if we get close, I end up losing sight of them. It could be it could just become a nightmare of trying to find them again before I end up dead. So the name of the game today is going to be aggression. I want to push them defensive, and I want to kill them before they get a chance to, just make my life difficult. All right, we got them off the nose here. The radars tell me they're Angels 35. I've got one. See if we can pick up this buddy before we launch and defend, because if I don't get him,
shoot
on him. There he is, just trailing. There he is. We got both of them. We're going to push a little bit into our max here. All right, we're going to go ahead and Fox 3. We're going to continue nose hot. Get that missile on the second dude.
Shoot.
Fox 3 on his wingman. TWS has switched back over to the primary target. We're going to Fox 3 on him again. And Fox 3 on the on his wingman yet again, and then we're gonna start diving. That fast
missile 12 o'clock low.
They're looking at me funny kind of thing. We got a missile, so we're gonna start chaffing and flaring a little bit here while we're diving and cranking for events. And I lost them on radar. Fantastic. That is exactly what I didn't want to happen. There's nothing we can do about it now. If I turn back in hot right now, I will just be splattered. So we're kind of on the back foot right now, because
9 o'clock high.
Those missiles, no doubt, went stupid and are no longer tracking anything. So
maximum speed.
Not a good situation to be in. I definitely
9 o'clock high.
I definitely messed
maximum
up
speed
on my initial fight here, and I lost our bandits on radar when I had missiles going after them. So we're gonna turn back in hot here, get the power back on.
Shoot.
Alright, one of them's dead. It appears to be the lead that has been splashed. No.
Shoot.
Yeah, he's splashed. Okay. Last bandit is right here off in front. He is running. I see another smoke trail. Okay, he's splashed. Alright. Narrowly avoided problems there coming from losing that lock. It's very, very unfortunate to lose that lock like that, because it can put us in a really bad position. The missiles, when I lose lock, they'll actually automatically turn on their radar and whatnot, and they have a sort of memory as to where the target was last known, so they'll continue in that direction, and whatever it picks up, it'll go after first. So the missile doesn't care if it's a friendly, not a friendly, whatever. It just knows that it's something and it wants to kill it. So that's why Fox 3 missiles are a good thing, and they can be a bad thing if there's friendlies in the area, because once I dropped radar lock there, anything within 10 miles, even if it was a friendly off my nose a couple miles, they would have looked at him and said, "You're mine." So we're going to try not to do that again. A little bit of my error, but the record still stands as it sits, so it worked out. 086 for about 140. We are sitting fine on fuel. Yeah, we got plenty of fuel. Okay. Level off here, about 12 degrees of climb. And we're going to close for 140 miles. So there's that. Yeah, I mean, like I said, just look at this scenery. Absolutely gorgeous. And it's just really nice. So can't get enough of it. It's honestly one of the favorite part of the games is just kind of getting out and seeing things. You know, it's kind of neat. You got the city sky, the city lights down there, and everything. It's pretty crazy. We're gonna start to decrease our rate of climb here. So I'm not in burner right now, so I'm not pressing the envelope really hard on power. Because they're still 140 miles away. I don't know what's gonna happen. Someone might get a hold of them before me. And I don't want to waste all that gas to travel 140 miles as fast as I can just for someone to take it, you know? So we're just gonna continue our gentle climb here, and yeah, we'll get there, and we'll do it all over again, and we're gonna maintain this this unbeaten record. I'll meet back with you guys when we're a little bit closer to the action, because it's just gonna be a lot of me just sitting here rambling about things that don't matter. So yeah, I'll see y'all then. All right, guys, welcome back. We're about 100 miles out from the Bandit 2 ship that we're targeting, so the action should be upon us here pretty soon. I just want to talk about the jet a little bit in the game. This is a jet that is made by a third-party developer, not straight up by Eagle Dynamics, and it does have cockpit lighting, but I have turned it off just because I don't really think it's that aesthetically pleasing, to be honest. It doesn't look the greatest, so it does have it. I just chose not to have it because it just kind of, compared to everything else, I think it just kind of, you know, it straight up looks like a kindergartner's kind of coloring, in my opinion. So the F15, I'm pretty sure it's like $14 or something like that, guy, from the third-party developer. It isn't fully fleshed out, so I can't reach in and touch all these buttons and whatnot, but as an aircraft, it works. And as a way to get into the game itself is free. It's the aircrafts that cost something. They do provide a couple aircrafts as well, just off the cuff for free. And if you wanted to pay a little bit of money, like I said, like $14 I think it is. Sometimes they have their sales and whatnot, especially around Christmas. You can probably pick it up for like $7. And this would definitely be one to get, to be honest. It's easy to fly, very straightforward, and you can definitely get your feet wet. And you can really see if you like the flight simulator community and type of gameplay to decide if you wanted to spend the like $86 on the F16 or something, or the F18 or the F14. So yeah, which all three of the mentioned aircraft there, the 18, the 14, and the 16, I highly recommend them. I fly all three of them. Videos will be coming out for those as well. And yeah, I highly recommend those. Those are all three fully fleshed out models. The F14 is made by Heat Blur. They're a third-party company. The F18 and the F16 are both made by Eagle Dynamics. So any moment now, there we go. We've got him, Angels 35 off the nose. There we go, lock him up. You can see the square inside my HUD that shows it's telling me exactly where he is, even though I can't see him. He is 45 miles away.
Shoot.
He has
Shoot.
his buddy off the back. We're gonna lock as well. We've got our launch queue. Like I said, we're gonna wait a second. I don't want to necessarily shoot at R max. We got 4 120s left, so we're gonna go ahead and Fox 3.
Shoot. Shoot.
Turn to nose hot on his wingman. Wait a couple seconds. Fox 3. Go ahead and dive and crank. Pulling back on the power slightly as always, because I'm going to let gravity do the accelerating for me to a certain extent, so I'm not wasting that precious ability to get fast again by just accelerating into the ground. Should be about time to punch the tanks. Actually, right on cue. Would you imagine that? Alright, so we're just getting rid of our tanks now because that's unnecessary drag. They're away. Alright. Now, this jet went from being pretty fast to damn fast. Like I was saying, the Eagle is one of the fastest jets in the U.S.'s inventory, so it's a very serious aircraft to have with longer range abilities. So it makes short work of anybody that dares stand in your way.
Shoot. Shoot.
Alright, we got it banded off the nose again. We're turning back into recommit.
Shoot. 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 Shoot.
And I see
Shoot.
visually a smoke trail on one. I know you guys probably can't see it with YouTube compression. He is falling like a rock, so he's probably splashed as well. Oh yeah, 100%. You can see him spinning on the radar there.
Shoot.
Yeah, he's flat spinning in the ground.
Deck is closed.
Hope you ejected, good sir. But, AMRAAMs don't like to leave survivors, so they actually explode on proximity. They're not a direct impact missile, so it's one of the ways they're so damn accurate is it doesn't have to worry about getting a direct impact on its target. It goes off on proximity and literally just rips wings off of aircraft, so it's very very gnarly, very violent explosion that happens. So yeah, that's Splash 4. It's a pretty good day so far. I'm down to 2 missiles, so for me to go into another engagement right now, I would be relying on both those missiles hitting no matter what, or I'd be rendered down to guns only in the middle of the night. Guns only in the middle of the night is dangerous for obvious reasons. It's visually hard to see the bandit, and when I don't have a helmet-mounted sight to help me just look up like this and see what the radar is seeing and whatnot when he's out in front of me or whatever, when I'm in the middle of a turn fighting him, it's really hard to actually do work like that. So we're gonna go ahead and find our way back to the base and whatnot. Just check my instruments and whatnot to get back on the heading for the base. And I'll see you guys when we're about ready to land, and we'll wrap this up so you guys can see the full takeoff, a little bit of fighting and landing and whatnot in the Eagle. Alright, welcome back. We are approaching Sochi Alder, and we're going to try and find it in this mess. Let's give some a little bit of cinematics here. We're going to do a flyby real quick, so I get a little loud, just a heads up. Speed of sound, my old friend. Alright. So Sochi is right off the coast here. Should be down to my right if I was reading the things right. I think I see it just above to that way, but we'll know once I get lower and closer for sure. It'll have its lighting and whatnot and everything on, so yeah. But my abilities to land this thing to the test. Target speeds are going to be about 150 knots for wheels down to actually get this guy on the ground. And yeah, just a little bit of patience is going to pay in here. Just plan my route in to make this as painless as possible. So let's see if I can see anything directly below me. Nope. Should be off to my right if I'm not mistaken, so we're going to continue pressing that way unless I just see something that screams airfield, you know. Yeah, I definitely see the airfield. Okay, cool. Yeah, I see the 2 airstrips there. We're going to be taking the one that's from over the water towards inland, so that is the active. So we're going to go ahead and get the power back on a little bit here so we can get there. But yeah, successful flight. We got 4 aircraft out of the air and provided cover for our people doing SEAD and bombardment. So they got left alone because of our efforts today. We're going to just kind of mess around here for a second. I'm going to flare, y'all can spin, just y'all can see some cool things, you know. Neat fun. Let's just give some power. Goes up. Let's start to spin it. Pretty cool. All those flares, you know. Yeah, just rings of fire. Old Johnny Cash, right? Alright, back on target here. See the runway lights populating in here. That is definitely our airfield. So now let's just hope we don't, or I don't mess this up due to my extreme greenhorn self for this. So it is very possible I can mess this up because as much as I've flown, I'm I'm normally kind of, when I'm up and whatnot, due to my schedule and whatnot, due to where the server's located, I'm usually not here for the nighttime flying. So most of my flying is during the daytime hours of the server. So let's see what we can do here. I should be able to pull this off. I'm pretty confident. So yeah, that's definitely our airfield, right down there to the right. So we're gonna start dropping to the deck here. Just like the F-16 and basically any other aircraft, sub 300 knots is what you want for gear deployment. Otherwise, you'll damage that. You're just not going to have a good time if you damage it. 6,000 feet. You cannot see anything below me, so I'm going purely off of what the HUD is telling me my altitude is and whatnot, because I can't see the water. So I'm going to pull our air brake out here, speed brake, whatever. 3,500 feet. About on target here. Let's go ahead and turn in. Go ahead and collapse that air brake. And we'll drop the gear. Gear's down. You can tell by the 3 lights down there in the bottom left. Very much similar to the Christmas tree lights of the F-16. So a little quick. We're going to pop the brake again. So we're coming in nice and quick. It's so quiet, you know. You would never know the roaring power this beast has with how quiet it's being right now. Oof. Jesus. Said it's really difficult to land a jet when you can't see what you're doing. There we go. Jesus. Yeah, it's completely blacked out, and for some reason my landing gear lights would not work, so that's interesting. But all right, that's it. We're on the ground, so yeah, that's all she wrote. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I had fun in the Eagle tonight, so I hope you guys did as well. And like I said, there'll be more videos to come. I own the F-14, the F-18, and whatnot. C-27. Like I own all those aircraft, so like there's gonna be a lot more coming. I'm aiming for about every week or 2 weeks to have another video. Work is kind of unpredictable at times, so I can't really go into detail about a lot of that, but it's kind of unpredictable at times. So it just plays into, at the end of the day, this is just kind of something I do for fun, and it's not a line of work for me. So work and life has to come first. So sorry if I disappoint anybody with you know, not uploading for like a week or something like that. You know, it's like, you know, work and life get in the way, and there's really nothing I can do about that. But I appreciate you guys having patience with me through all this, and yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the F-16, wow, Jesus, dude, English. The F-15 Eagle remains undefeated. So, yeah, like I said, we're just going to leave like any gentleman in their right mind would, and we're going to punch out, and I'll see y'all later.